Welcome to the Modern Elite. If you are not ready for the brutal, uncut truth about female psychology, click away right now because what I'm about to share with you will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about relationships, breakups, and how the female mind truly works when she realizes a good man is finally gone. By the end of this video, I promise you will possess a level of understanding that 99% of men will never have. You will know exactly how to read her mind, decode her hidden messages, and understand the secret game she plays when her ego takes a massive hit. You will finally get the closure you have been looking for, and you will learn the absolute most powerful thing a man can do to reclaim his dignity. But you have to watch this all the way through because the final stage I reveal is the one that will shock you the most. But before we get to the final stage, you need to understand the very first thing she does when the silence sets in. If you look away now, you will miss the biggest red flag of them all. Keep watching. Let us start from the beginning. You gave her everything. You were the rock. You were patient. You were kind and you tried your absolute best to make things work, but she pulled away. She started acting cold. She took you for granted. She made you feel like you were an option, a backup plan, or just someone occupying space in her life. She thought you would always be there. She thought she could treat you however she wanted, and you would just take it like a loyal puppy. She thought your love was a weakness. Then something inside you snapped. You woke up one day, looked in the mirror, and realized your own worth. You decided you were done playing her games. You pulled your attention back. You stopped texting first. You stopped checking her stories. You walked away. You went completely silent, and right at that moment, the power dynamic shifted entirely. When a woman truly realizes she has lost you, when she feels that cold, hard wall of your silence and absence, her brain goes into shock. This is not about love at first. It is about ego. Women are highly intuitive and they can feel when a man's energy is no longer directed at them. When she notices your validation is gone, a massive alarm bell goes off in her mind. You might think she just moves on easily, right? Wrong. What happens inside her mind next is pure chaos. Stay with me because this is where the psychology gets really deep. The very first behavior you will see is what I call the illusion of being unbothered. She will try to trick you. She will suddenly become extremely active on social media. She will post pictures looking happier than ever. She will post quotes about moving on, finding her peace, or toxic people. She might even go out with her friends and make sure there are plenty of videos of her laughing and having the time of her life. Why does she do this? Because she wants a reaction out of you. She is throwing out bait. She expects you to watch her stories. She expects you to get jealous. She expects you to break your silence and send her an angry or sad message. She is testing the waters to see if she still has a hook in your mouth. She is sitting by her phone watching the views on her story looking for your name. When your name does not pop up, the illusion shatters. The panic begins to set in. But the panic does not make her sweet. Oh no. The panic makes her do something completely irrational. If you have experienced this next step, hit the like button right now because you are not alone. Keep listening. I had a client a few months ago. He was a great guy, working hard, building his future, but his girlfriend was constantly disrespecting him. She would flirt with other guys, cancel plans at the last minute, and tell him he was too sensitive when he brought it up. Finally, my client had enough. He packed his things, walked out the door, and went total no contact. He told me about the experience. For the first 2 weeks, she posted nonstop on Instagram, going out, partying, pretending he did not exist. But my client stayed strong. He did not watch a single story. He did not ask mutual friends about her. He became a ghost. By week 3, the reality hit her. She realized he was not playing a game. He was actually gone. And that is when she entered the second phase, anger and blame. She started sending him long, angry text messages. She called him every name in the book. She accused him of never loving her. She tried to rewrite history and make him the villain. She told him he was giving up too easily. She was trying to trigger his guilt. You see, for a man, logic dictates that if a relationship is over, you walk away in peace. But for a woman who is losing control, anger is a tool. She uses anger to try and force you into an emotional response. If you argue back, you are engaging. If you defend yourself, you are engaging. Any attention is good attention to her at this stage, even if it is negative. My client stayed silent. He did not reply to a single angry message, and that silence broke her ego completely. When the anger fails, the real desperation begins. You will not believe the lengths a woman will go to when she feels you slipping through her fingers completely. Do not click away. The next phase is critical. When she knows she lost you and her anger does not work, her behavior drastically changes. This is the third phase, the sweet nostalgia trap. Suddenly the anger vanishes. She transforms into the sweet loving girl you met on day one. She will reach out with a completely different tone. She will send you a text saying something like, "I saw something today that reminded me of you." Or, "I was just thinking about that time we went to the beach." She will start bringing up inside jokes. She might send you an old picture of the two of you together. She will tell you that she misses her best friend. This is incredibly dangerous for a man because this is the exact version of her you have been missing. This is the woman you wanted her to be when you were together. It is deeply emotional and it pulls at your heartstrings. You start to think maybe she has changed. Maybe she finally gets it. But you have to stay strong and look at the reality. She has not changed. She is simply using the strongest weapon in her arsenal, your own memories. She knows what buttons to push. She knows exactly how to make you feel nostalgic. She is trying to bypass your logical boundaries by attacking your emotions directly. She is trying to make you remember the 10% of the time things were amazing so you forget the 90% of the time she treated you poorly. If you fall for the nostalgia trap, you lose all your power. But if you hold your ground, what she does next will show you her true colors. Keep watching because this is where the mask falls off. If you ignore the nostalgic texts, or if you respond coldly and politely without feeding into the emotion, she will hit a wall. She will finally realize that all her manipulation tactics, the fake happiness, the anger, the sweet memories, have completely failed. This is when the true emotional breakdown happens. This is when she behaves in a way that is raw, messy, and entirely driven by the fear of loss. She will start finding pathetic excuses to contact you. She will suddenly need something back that she left at your house months ago. A cheap t-shirt, a toothbrush, a book she never even read. She will say it is an absolute emergency that she gets it back right now. Or she will suddenly need your help. Her car broke down, or she is having a crisis at work, or she just had a fight with her family. She will play the victim. She wants you to step back into your natural masculine role of the protector and provider. She knows that as a man you have an instinct to fix things and help a woman in distress. She will try to exploit your good nature to get her foot back in the door. Do not be the hero for a woman who treated you like a zero. What happens when you refuse to save her? The answer will blow your mind. Stick with me to the very end to find out. I had another client who went through this exact scenario. He was dealing with a girl who dumped him because she wanted to find herself and experience new things. In reality, she just wanted to entertain attention from other men. My client was crushed. It tore him apart. He spent weeks crying, unable to eat, unable to sleep. He felt like his whole world had ended, but he slowly rebuilt himself. He hit the gym, focused on his business, and started glowing up. 6 months later, guess what happened? The new guy she was seeing turned out to be terrible. They treated her exactly how she treated my client. They used her and tossed her aside, and suddenly at 2 a.m., on a Friday night, my client's phone lit up. It was a long emotional paragraph from her. She told him he was the only real man she ever met. She told him she made the biggest mistake of her life. She said she was crying on her bathroom floor, begging for a second chance. He told me how reading that message made him feel months ago. He would have done anything to get that text. But sitting there reading it after doing all the hard work to heal himself, he just felt pity. He realized she did not miss him. She missed the way he made her feel safe. She missed the convenience of his unconditional love. She was only reaching out because the grass was not greener on the other side. It was dead and full of dirt. My client deleted the message and went to sleep. That is true power. You might be wondering, does she ever truly feel regret? Does the pain ever hit her the way it hit you? The truth is brutal. Keep listening carefully. When a woman knows she has permanently lost a good man, the regret does not hit her immediately. As men, we feel the pain of a breakup right away. We take the hit instantly. We process the grief and then we slowly build ourselves back up over time. Women process breakups in reverse. In the beginning, they feel relief. They feel empowered. They have their friends telling them they are queens and they did the right thing. They have an inbox full of orbiters giving them cheap validation. The distractions keep them from feeling the pain. But as the weeks turn into months, the distractions fade. The cheap validation from random guys gets boring. Her friends get tired of hearing her complain. The quiet nights become truly quiet. And that is when the phantom of your memory starts to haunt her. She will start comparing every new guy she meets to you. When a new guy ignores her text, she will remember how you used to reply in seconds. When a new guy refuses to help her with a problem, she will remember how you used to drop everything to fix her life. When she feels sick or sad, she will remember how gentle you were with her. And slowly a cold, heavy realization will settle into her chest. She threw away a diamond to pick up a rock. This is the moment of ultimate victory for a man, but you have to know how to handle it. If you mess up this final step, you ruin everything. Pay close attention. When she reaches this final stage of deep regret, her behavior becomes quiet but obsessive. She will start stalking your social media from fake accounts. She will ask mutual friends how you are doing, pretending it is just innocent curiosity. She will keep tabs on your life. If she sees you leveling up, getting in shape, making money, or worst of all for her, talking to a new, more attractive woman, it will destroy her ego. She will realize that her leaving you is the best thing that ever happened to you. You did not crumble without her. You thrived. You leveled up. You became a better, stronger version of yourself. And she has to live with the fact that she gave up her seat at your table right before the feast began. She may try to send you a phantom text. This is a message sent out of nowhere, months or even years later. It usually says something very simple like happy birthday or hope you are doing well. It is low effort, low risk. If you ignore it, she can pretend she was just being polite. But if you reply, she knows you are still emotionally tied to her. Do not reply. Silence is the loudest scream. Silence is the ultimate weapon. When she sends that message and gets absolutely nothing back, no anger, no sadness, not even a thank you, she is finally forced to face the reality of her actions. She realizes she is a ghost to you. She is completely invisible. Let me be very clear about why you must never take her back after she has put you through this. The psychology behind her return is darker than you think. Do not miss this. If a woman leaves you, treats you terribly, realizes the world is cold, and then tries to come crawling back, you must reject her. Why? Because if you take her back, you are teaching her that her bad behavior has no permanent consequences. You are telling her that she can disrespect you, walk all over your boundaries, try out other men, and your door will always be open for her return. If you let her back in, she will never respect you. She might act sweet for a month or two, but deep down she will view you as weak. She will know you lack self-respect, and eventually she will leave you again. Only the second time she will do it with even less hesitation. A high-value man does not eat his own vomit. A high-value man does not go backward. You must understand that the pain you felt when she pulled away was a necessary fire. It burned away the weak version of you. The man you are now, the man who walked away and stayed away, is a king. And a king does not invite a disloyal peasant back into his castle just because she says she is sorry. The emotional toll this takes on a man is massive. I know how much it hurts, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Stay focused and listen to this final truth. It is not easy to walk away when you love someone. It is the hardest thing in the world to stare at your phone hoping her name pops up and forcing yourself not to reach out. It is agonizing to wonder if she is with someone else. I know the nights are long. I know the pain in your chest feels like a physical weight, but you have to trust the process of female psychology. The very things that make her attractive, her emotions, her intuition, her desire for a strong leader, are the exact same things that make your silence so effective. By removing your presence, you become massive in her mind. Your absence takes up more space than your presence ever could. When you were with her begging for her attention, you were small. You were a pest. But when you turn your back and walk into your own future, you become a giant. She will behave with fake happiness. She will behave with vicious anger. She will behave with manipulative sweetness. She will behave with pathetic desperation. But through all of these phases, your job remains exactly the same. Do absolutely nothing. Focus on your money. Focus on your muscles. Focus on your mindset. Let her live with the consequences of her actions. Let her lie in the bed she made. Let her realize every single day for the rest of her life that she had a good, loyal man who loved her deeply and she threw him away for nothing. That is her burden to carry, not yours. You are free. You are finally free to find a woman who respects you from day one. A woman who brings peace to your life instead of chaos. A woman who sees your value without needing to lose you first to realize it. So stand up straight, fix your posture, wipe the sadness off your face. You won this game the moment you decided to stop playing. If this video opened your eyes and helped you understand the dark reality of female psychology, you need to subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the like button to show the algorithm that men are waking up, and leave a comment below sharing your own story. Did your ex try to come back? How did you handle it? Let's build a brotherhood in the comments. Step